Hi guys, and welcome to Almost Solitaire. We will continue our Commands and Colors Ancients battles. This time we'll be playing Himera for 80 BC. So this battle was fought the same year, some say about the same time when the Battle of Thermopylae was fought between the Persians and the unified Greeks. And well, there are some who claim that actually, because this is a conflict between Greeks and Carthaginians, so there are some saying that there was a joint effort between the Persians and the Carthaginians to press on the Greeks at the same time to make them collapse. But I'm not sure if that's just a coincidence or if there were any diplomatic talks between the Carthaginians and Persians at that time. Anyway, this is the same year for AT, and Himera is on Sicily, on the northern side of Sicily, and basically the reason for this battle was, well, first of all, there have been kind of a friction between Greeks and Phoenicians in the Western Mediterranean because they both were expanding and were doing some trading along the Mediterranean Sea and wanted to control that, of course. And also I think they both wanted to control as much as possible of the cities on Sicily. And actually on top of that there was another conflict within the Greeks on Sicily and elsewhere I think too, but and it was the Ionian and Dorian Greek factions, so to speak, who, well, to say the least, they didn't like each other. So the city of Himera was actually controlled by a Ionian leader named Terillus, and the Dorian Greeks had two pretty strong cities on Sicily, Syracuse and Akragas, and as I learned, they thought Himera should be governed underneath Akragas. So we have here on the battlefield Gelon, who is the tyrant of Syracuse, and here we have Theron, who is well, a boss in Akragas. And they have previously kicked out Terillus from Himera. Now, Himera was an ally to Carthage, or at least he asked them for help and actually befriended Hamilcar, who is located there, and asked him for help. It took a couple of years, but eventually help came. Hamilcar showed up with a big army. Together with Terillus, they joined forces here, and well, the goal was to march up to Himera and restore Terillus to the throne there. So Gelon and Theron were, of course, opposing that. So when the event started, Theron was in the city. I think Gelon was on the march with his Syracusan army to aid Theron. And, well, about the battle, there are a few versions of it, I think. Especially because Hamilcar was killed in this battle, and there are some versions on how that happened. One is that he was making a big bonfire for Baal, actually, for as an tribute to Bar or something, Ball or something like that, right? And when he saw that the battle was going southward, so to speak, and the Carthaginian army was rotating, he threw himself into the fire and killed himself, so his body was never found. Another version, maybe a more likely one, I think, is that well, before the battle, the Carthaginians marched up to the city. By the way, the city of Himera is just outside the game board here somewhere. And the Carthaginians, they came with the fleet and they came with the land army. So they established two different camps here outside of Himera. It's not a true siege, because they were not surrounding the city, because the eastern and southern edges of the city was not surrounded by Carthaginians. So there were two camps. I think this was called the hill camp and this was the sea camp. So we see some protections here or ramparts here, and also some fortified camp hexes, you see. And they were just hanging out here. It's a bit unclear what Hamilcar's plan was to do. I mean, he had no siege equipment, and maybe he was planning a charge of the city, or maybe he waited for the Greeks to come out and offer a battle. I think they really, it's a bit unsure. Anyway, the Carthaginians were foraging in the area here, looking for supplies, and the Greeks had some cavalry around here in the city, and they harassed the Carthaginian foragers and killed them and captured loads of them. And Hamilcar didn't have anything to counter. He didn't have any mass of cavalry that he could throw in as a counter against the Greeks. So he actually asked help from the Greeks, I think it's Ionian Greeks, and to get some cavalry, some Greek cavalry to aid his efforts and protect his foraging parties. So a deal were made at a certain date, in a certain time, I think, the cavalry was supposed to arrive. However, Gelon was able to intercept that order, so he knew when the Greek allies to the Carthaginians were about to enter the sea camp. So what he did was to take off some riders and, you know, make the Carthaginians think that they were the aid that were coming, but instead it was the enemies. And so the unit here is actually Greek, allied to the Greeks, and here we have it's close to the sea camp here, you see, and we have the Carthaginians here. They don't suspect these are actually the enemies. So the other version of Hamilcar getting killed is that these guys suddenly attacked and they killed Hamilcar instantly, and he was killed by that. And this is apparently what the version that the scenario developer or designer choose. So we're going with that thing. Otherwise, I think the battlefields are kind of compressed of several events here, because pretty much as we saw in the Sacred Grove battle we did some videos ago, where the Argives was fighting the Spartans. So from what I learned, what happened here was that when Gelon arrived, he made a camp on the east side of the city of Himera, and when he saw that the Greek cavalry were arriving and doing the attack, he got the signal, now it's time for attack. So he marched around the city, around here, and came here and attacked the Carthaginians along the hill fort or hill camp. And the Carthaginians went out to battle them, so the Greeks had a disadvantage in fighting uphill here. However, the Greeks were successful. They were able to break through the lines and make the Carthaginians retreat en route. So they were running back to the fort. Anyway, they managed to rally here. So when the Greeks arrived at the camp, they were kind of disorganized and pushed back and pressed pretty hard. At that moment, Theron arrived with his forces from inside the city and attacked the flank of the Carthaginian army and made them rout, because, well, they stand firm for a while, but then they broke and fled, and thus ended the battle, because they were abandoning this fort, and they ran to the sea camp. A lot of Carthaginians' ships were already set on fire by the cavalry here, and but some of them managed to get on board and did flee the scene of battle. So in the end, it was a Greek victory. Even it was a hard fight, and I think there were loads of casualties on both sides. So that's basically a short story about what happened here. So if we look at the War Council, we see we have Hamilcar as the boss, and as said, he's alone in that hex, so he could get attacked by those cavalry, and, well, let's see if he can survive or not this time. The Syracusan army is led by Gelon over there. They both have 5 command cards. I will thus deal them 2 command cards each. And the Greeks or Syracusans will go first. We fight till 6 banners, and there's no special rules. I think we know how the ramparts work, right? We also have these fortified camp hexes, 3 of them. They work in a similar way as the ramparts in protection. There's one difference though, and that's a unit located inside a fortified camp battling out will roll 1 less die. So these guys, well, they're kind of protected here, but they also fight in a less efficient way. I think it's difficult to form up in those hexes. So about that, I think we are ready to go. So here we have the situation. The Greeks, they have a kind of a 3 hex organizations here. They had 2 medium infantry, and by the way, it's worth to note that these guys are not hoplites. These are, well, regular medium infantry, if you could say so. And I don't know why that's why they had chosen to do that, but I guess maybe the Syracusans hadn't adapted the new methods of fighting and the new equipment of the hoplites. So they are probably fighting in an older phalanx style here. So we have this group of 2 medium infantry and 1 heavy, and we have another such formation here, and yet another such formation here. And so these, I guess, are the men from the Greek cities. Also some cavalry. We have 2 here, and we have 1 unit up there, as we already did see. Then there's some lights. There are even some slingers. So we have some mercenaries in the ranks of the Greeks as well. As for the Carthaginians, I'd say it is as usual. They have a mishmash of unit types. They have medium. They have warriors, they have auxiliaries, lights, slingers, you name it. So they are basically troops from, well, Gallic troops, they are Iberian troops. Of course we have heavy infantry from Carthage, we have Libyan infantry, we have I don't know if these lights are Numidian or not, but probably. And then we also have some Libyan heavy chariots up there, these 4-horse drawn heavy chariots from Libya. I think actually they should have had more if the plan would have worked for Hamilcar, but I think some were lost during the voyage over the sea to Sicily actually. Anyway, so that's the situation. So basically we don't have any special rules, it's just a slugfest until we reach 6 flags. And the Greeks will begin. You see I have dealt 2 cards each. So by that I think we're ready to launch turn 1. By the way, as some battle plans for both sides, I think for the Greeks, they just want to push forward. Well, the initial plan will be to try to do this surprise attack here, trying to get Hamilcar. That would be nice as a beginning. And then if we do, let's see where we choose to attack next. We could place ourselves there, attack the lights here, who don't have a chance to evade or retreat, so we can kill them off maybe. But let's see. But for the general plan, I think we'll go a bit like in history. It depends on the cards, of course, but I want to press forward these 2 big phalanxes here. And I think I want to go around the Carthaginian defenses there, so then don't get the benefit of being there. We will be under fire from those there, and these phalanx will go on the other side and try to engage those mediums here. That's the plan, and if possible also do a slow advance here at the sea camp and attack that. We have the cavalry in the center who can roam and attack where needed, close some retreat paths and stuff like that. Possibly. As for the Carthaginians, think it feels like, okay, the Greeks have heavier troops, but it's kind of evenly matched anyway. We have loads of good troops up here in the hill camp. Maybe not so good in the sea camp, but we have a real panzer there, right? So who can do significant damage on the enemy if they get a chance to charge. But let's see. That's the plan. So I don't know if I want to man the walls here. Maybe I do with the lights up here. We can throw javelins against those approaching phalanxes here. Yeah, I think so. So that's the general plan. So let's start off with the Greeks. So they have 2 units center, or we could order 5 medium troops. And both of these cards allow me to do the surprise attack here. I could do it by the center command, or I could do it by choosing medium troops. I think I go with the medium troops because I will do the attack with the cavalry. It's a kind of a suicide mission, I think, but hopefully I can get some Carthaginians with me, and if we could get Hamilcar, it's worth it. Then I think I'll start pressing forward with my medium infantry, both here, and we can actually do the first attack against those ramparts. I know they can ignore one flag and one sword symbol there, but anyway, I think we are in the upper hand because those are just lights. It could evade, of course. Here we have auxiliary on the walls. It's a bit of a more of a tough resistance, I guess, but well, on the other hand, they cannot evade, so they need to stay and fight against two of my mediums here. So I will do that. So I play the order medium troops. So we will order these phalanxes over here, and also the medium cav here. I wonder, by the way, I'm not sure about the camp. If I move into the camp, do I have to stay there? But there's no meaning to go there with the cavalry anyway, so I won't look it up yet. Well, I was just thinking, can I move through a camp hex or not? But anyway, I will just move here with those guys. I will move up here with the mediums, up here with the other one. Now we are in striking range of that guy. Over here we'll do the same one. We start a march towards the side here with this phalanx unit, and we can now hit those lights up here. So that was the movement. Let's do the combat, and I think I want to do the combat here first before from these phalanxes, because you see now, okay, these guys could retreat up to Hamilcar. That would not be good. So I will do the Hamilcar attack first, of course. Otherwise these guys could retreat, join with that guy, and then there's a much more hard attack for the cavalry there. Of course I will do it that way. So let's see, this will be the fate of Hamilcar. Either he's killed or he will evade and be able to join with some of his forces there. But I need one leader symbol to get him. We got that, so actually got two. So Hamilcar, as in history, gets killed pretty fast by the Greek cavalry, so he's gone. That's a tough blow. We also get one victory banner for the Greeks. Okay, so now we can momentum advance here. We can yet go one more hex and attack. Maybe I should give that. Maybe I should give that strike force there a blow. We don't want these chariots to be getting out of that corner. So we go there and we attack those guys. So we still have 3 dice. We have a leader with us, so we hit with leader symbols as well. Actually, they can ignore one sword symbol. I'm quite sure about that. Let's check it out just to be sure. So, heavy chariots. May ignore one sword hit, yes. C note 1. Okay. So he can ignore that one, but he gets one hit. So we didn't manage to kill him off, and he can fight back. And I think I need to check that again, because I think that is 3 dice in defense. Yeah. Attack 4, 3 in defense. So he actually fights back and he misses, so nothing happening here. So we're done here. Kind of a bad place to be there with the Greek cavalry, but the main task is done, right? Okay, so we have these battles then. So these guys are on the rampart, they cannot evade, so they just have to stand and fight. And we attack from here first. We have 4 dice. Those guys can ignore 1 flag and 1 sword hit. So that's ignored. We don't have any leader, so we actually missing completely up there. and he fights back with 4. So I guess we get some javelins down from the walls, and he hits us with 2. So hard fighting going on here. Bad start there, but we have yet another attack. Let's hope we get some better roll here so we can start wearing that auxiliary down. Okay, 1 hit at least. Always something, but not good enough. So he fights back again. And he get 1 flag, which, no, we are supported, so we don't have to take that. So we stand fast here. Yeah, that's the situation here. Now, we should attack here, and I'm not sure. Should I retreat with those guys? Or actually evade, it's a correct term. Should we evade with the lights there? Because what would be the benefit of standing here and fight? Okay, we can ignore 1 flag and 1 sword symbol, but then we hit back with 2 dice and not hitting with sword symbol. So we are pretty much done anyway here. So I will actually do the evade. So I'll go back there and let the Greeks see if they catch anyone. Well, as a matter of fact, they got 2 of us, so not awesome. So now these guys can attack those, and well, there's not 2 hexes free here now for evade. And again, I forgot, can I now evade 1 hex, or do I have to stand here now and fight? I need to look that up actually in the rule book. I'll be right back. Okay, yes, apparently it is possible to evade 1 hex, so we will do that. We'll go there, we will see an attack here, see if they catch any slingers. They also got 2, so I think the Carthaginians were taken by surprise on those walls. They were sleeping up there, and suddenly spearmen turned up and started poking them with the spears there. So not good, 50% losses on both units. Alright, and by that we're ready with the first turn, or the Greek turn at least. So we hide the rack here, give them a new card, and let's see. It's the Carthaginians' turn to do their part. Okay, so they have inspired center leadership. We have still 1 leader in the game, that Greek guy, and he is on the center hex, so he could activate a big cluster of units here. That's one option. We also have a line command. Alright, so where should we... Maybe we should, because a line command only gives me 1 hex of movement, right? And then engaged in combat. So the thing is, if we took the line command here now, we could move 1 hex with what we want to do, and then in the next turn we could, if we keep the leader in the center hex, meaning we should move him up there in the camp hex, so it's still in the center, we could then be in range of attacking the Greeks. I think I'll do that. So play the line command, activate that bunch. So we march up here, we can throw some javelins here. The mediums will march up here. Go here, and let's see. Yeah, we move up here. Thing is, these, I'm pretty sure this doesn't block line of sight, or do they? I need to check that, because if they don't block line of sight, we could fire from this side. I need to check that up. One moment. Okay, apparently Rampart does not block line of sight. Fortified camps do. So we could actually just fire with the slingers from here. We could get up to the ramparts with these guys. They can now attack. We could move up the warriors and that medium. Yeah, that's what's happening here. So we are seeing a kind of, I think, like in the historical events, we're seeing the Carthaginians meeting the Greeks. Let's see if they can hold the Greeks off this time or not. The bad thing for the Greeks is that they have advanced with some phalanxes up there. Gelon is not keeping pace here with his heavies. He's detached from those guys, so they are a bit scattered here, but let's see. So we have a javelin attack coming from here to here. It's one die because he did move. So we are looking for a green symbol. No, it was a miss. We got those slingers. They did not move, so they can attack those guys or those guys with actually 3 dice. No, sorry, two dice. And we will pick those mediums here. And a flag. He actually needs to take that flag. So he retreats. So where should we go with that guy? Let's go here. In case we get a line command or something, we are linked here. Okay. So they push them back with a storm of stones here. Here we have the guys climbing up the rampart, throwing everything at the Greeks down there. So it's a close combat. So we are getting 3 dice in the attack. We got 1 hit and we got actually 2 flags. So this was kind of a good roll from the Carthaginians. So they lose 1 more medium infantry and we need to take 2 retreats now. So they are really running back towards their camp on outside of Himera. Okay, interesting. We're seeing pretty forced counter movement from the Carthaginians here, and we are also seeing some initial success for the Greeks up here, even though these guys put up a stiff resistance against the attacking phalanxes there. Okay, so that was a line command. And we know we have this leadership card for the Carthaginians, so we know we can activate a bunch of units here if we don't get a better card. So let's see what the Greeks have. Okay, it's center units. So we have, as I see, 2 choices. We could start moving up these big phalanx, or we could start harassing the Carthaginian flanks with some cavalry. We also actually in striking range with a medium cavalry here, but I don't know if I want to do that yet. No, I think I'll I'll take it kind of easy. I will play the 3 in the center, and I want to move up this cluster of units 1 hex, so I just move them up because there will be no combat, so I will not bother to mark them as activated. So now we have a pretty good line here with the Greeks. So next turn, if you get an activation here, we are ready to strike. Okay, that was that. And the Carthaginians. Okay, darken the sky. Well, on this side, it's too bad those cavalry guys are located there, because these cannot fire. They are blocked by that camp. We cannot fire from here because we are blocked by the camp and that cavalry unit. The cavalry unit is adjacent, so he cannot ranged combat. Same for these guys, they are adjacent, so they cannot ranged combat. Nor can these. So all the guys here are blocked for ranged combat, which is pretty bad. On this side we could get some fine fire going on. We got a unit here that is in range. He can reach 3 different units if we want to. We have the slingers back there who can fire. We got some auxiliary up here who can fire. So we have 3 units who could fire twice with this card. So the option would be to go in for a close combat instead. Or maybe just occupy the ramparts here with the medium guys here. Or maybe put up those guys on the ramparts and move the mediums here. And keep the heavies in reserve. I think that's kind of a good plan. It's I think both are a bit tempting. I'm a bit I don't like the fact that I am missing out lots of ranged units that cannot fire using this card, because they are all adjacent or have a blocked line of sight. Only 3 units. On the other hand, I get 2 fires. We could weaken the units, the Greeks, with some lucky rolls, and then hit hard with these. Or we could just consolidate our positions and get up on the ramparts and await the Greeks up there. 2 good options. Let's do a roll for it. So 1 to 3 I play these, 4 to 6 I play the Darken the Sky. Okay, we go with more soft plan, so to speak, just to get our guys in good position. So we can activate the leader in the center and 4 adjacent hexes. Okay, so let's activate that guy, that guy, that guy, and that guy. So we'll now climb up, occupy the ramparts. I will actually do that with these guys too, so they are... No, actually I don't tend to do that. I can stay here, move up these guys 2 hexes. They can go 2 if they don't battle. And then I can extend my line, go here. I can still throw a javelin here. Move in with the mediums here to have a good flank protection. And then move in heavies. Oh gosh, chaos. We move in heavies here together with the leader, and now we are both in the center and right sections, which is good. I think this is a good position for the Carthaginians now. But also the Greeks is in a good line, so this will be an epic clash. Anyway, we throw the javelin from here, and who will we hit? Well, all the guys are supported, so I think it's we just take that guy here. And that was a miss. So tension is building up here, and we have those warrior units ready to. They can do this charge, 2-hex charge if they want to. If the Greeks are trying to get around the flank. So I'm pretty happy, and now I'm in a pretty good position for that Dark in the Sky if I don't get another good card. Like that. And the Greeks, 2 in the center or 2 flank attacks. Maybe that's a good one now. We could now get up on the rampage. We could get on the side of it so we can attack. He's from unprotected sides. Here, well, I'm not sure. We could use the slingers, of course, skirmish, or we just yeah, I think I do that. So I'll play the outflank card, and I will just move up these guys again, and I will attack with my slingers. So I'm still preparing for the assault, but here we will push on. I don't know, we have the cavalry of course here. We want to use that now since it's still alive. And let's take this guy in good order here and without casualties. Okay, so movement, let's start here. We just move up here. Now we're ready to clash on the whole front. We will stay put with that slinger. He will give fire. Get someone here. These guys will move up here, so now they can attack those guys from the side, so then they don't have the protection. Okay, so let's start with the slinger attack. We will attack those guys not on the rampage with 2 dice. Yeah, we're looking for blues basically. Oh no, nothing. So we're just hitting their shields, the stones here. But here we have a good chance of doing real damage now. So we have 4 dice and no protection for the Carthaginians there. So now we'll... Okay, kind of a bad roll, only 1 hit. It's not going that well here. So those guys will fight back, of course. Yeah, really stubborn there, those auxiliaries. Maybe there's some Iberian infantry or something. And they actually hit with 2, so they are fighting really hard. Big losses for the phalanxes here. Okay. So here we will continue to attack those chariots. Let's hope we get them now. We did. We actually got 2 hits. So we remove that guy and get the second banner for the Greeks by that. And we will move in here. We need to do that. Then move out again and attack again. And this time I will attack his cavalry, because if we now get, I mean, it's enough to get one flag, and those guys are history, because they retreat 4 hexes per flag. They are not supported anymore, and well, one flag and they are done. They say bye bye. But we didn't hit get any flag, I mean, but we did hit them with 1 because of the leader symbol we got here. So we remove 1 block. They hit back with 2 dice. They don't hit with swords. So that is not a hit, and that's not a hit because they don't have a leader. So, well, pretty good action from the cavalry there. But here we are stuck. Yes, the Greeks. Okay, that was the outflanked. Not a very impressive turn, but well, we have 2 banners as the Greeks now at least. So let's play the Carthaginian turn as well. We know the Dark in the Sky, and here's the line command now. Okay, we could step down and do the big attack now. Should we do that? Or should we prepare with some Dark in the Sky? Now I think the Dark in the Sky is pretty more tempting now, because we also have that guy now in range of some Greek units there. It's very tempting to step down from the ramparts and get the first attack against the Greeks. Oh man, this is tempting. We could get 5 attacks in. Well, you know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna roll for it. So 1 to 3 we'll go down and do the big attack. 4 to 6 we take it a bit easy. We do some skirmishing first, also here, and then let's see, next turn maybe. But no, that will not happen. So Terilus is in a good mood there. He wants to force the attack, so we'll basically activate each and every unit up here. But we can only move 1, so those warriors cannot participate in this attack. And I really want to get that guy now who's weakened. That would be nice. So we will start with the first line, marching down here, 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 and here. Okay. And follow up with heavies. Let's go back or up to the ramparts with those guys. They will not fire, or sorry, battle, so they will stay there. The warriors will just, well, we can go up on the ramparts with those guys as well. The slingers, well, let's see. I will first move up with these guys. I think I put the lights on the flank. They are weakened. I don't want to have them close to the front. I don't know what to do with the slingers actually. They could maybe be used as some kind of support. I just keep them here. So let's see, I keep them activated in case they get a chance to fire, depending on events here. So what I want to do is to attack these guys, and I want to do it preferably twice, but I would have wanted to attack with those guys first. It's a better chance to eliminate them. But on the other hand, if I make them retreat, then I don't have any target with these guys anymore. Oh, they could of course fire throw some javelins into here. Maybe we do that anyway. So we attack with the mediums here first. That's 4 dice. And we better kill them off or something, because they can hit back and get the leader support in their attack. So we should get some good results here now. 1 hit, 2 flags, that's interesting. So we get first 1 hit. We can ignore 1 flag, but the second one we need to take, because we are only supported and nothing else that can support us from flags, so we need to retreat. I could momentum advance. I will not. I'll keep these guys here in the line. Those guys will now throw 1 die javelins against those fleeing units. Let's see if they hit them. Another flag. He's still not supported, so he needs to take that too. So these guys are really routing now. Okay, then we have the next one. I think I tried to wear down these hoplites. Oh, sorry, medium infantry with that auxiliary unit. I now hit also with leader symbols, and that's good. So that's 1 hit, and that's it. And he's supported, so he can ignore that flag. So we take 1 hit, and at last the Greeks can fight back. So they will attack with 4 dice, and they got 1 hit on the auxiliary. So that was pretty much of an exchange there. Okay. Now to the last one. Not the last one. We have 2 yet. But we are safe to say these guys will not have a target, so we can flip that block up. Let's attack those guys with our mediums first, because we also get hits with our with the roll of a leader symbol. I was to say. So that's 2 hits and 2 flags. Interesting. So these guys take 2 hits, and they need to take at least 1 flag retreat. Or should I take 2? No, I just ignore the first one and take the other one, so I go here. We are still in line here. It means like an S or something. Okay, we cannot fight back, so these guys are in good shape there and did heavy damage on those medium infantry. We have 1 attack left. Those auxiliaries they dare to attack these medium infantry unit here with 3 dice. No leader adjacent, but they are rolling good now. 1 hit and 2 flags. So we take the hit, and no, not supported. We need to go 2 hexes. So as you can see here, we are pretty disorganized as the Greeks now here. That was an interesting and I'd say successful attack. And none of these guys will do the momentum advance. I want to keep the line, keep me in support and stuff like that. So we'll hide that. So I think by that I'll go ahead and upload this first part. For a short sum up, the Greek attack on the left flank has failed so far. The guys from the hill camp come down. They are threatening to rout the Greek line actually. They have huge losses here. Not that huge losses here. Only light units taking some severe damage there, but they are safe back there now. And they got their heavier troops marching in. The Greek cavalry in the center is still silent. They're waiting for an opportunity. I guess they might have to support the Greeks here now, attacking the flanks of the Carthaginians maybe. On this flank, the Greeks has been a bit more successful, not that good. Well, the Greek cavalry up there has done some severe damage. I think the Carthaginian needs to deal with that guy, or he will just continue to harvest flags here, or banners. So I think the Carthaginian needs to do something here, even though he won't, of course, press on here. He could severely damage the Greeks here. It's a Greek turn next time, so they can do a dangerous hit back, of course. They have many units in range for an attack. This rampart attack was kind of a failure for the Greeks. They still haven't managed to scare those guys off the walls yet. They have fought bravely up there, actually giving both these medium infantries 50% damages so far, so we are... Greeks are kind of losing there as well, even though they have more blocks, of course, so they will eventually win, but at a high cost. So that's it. Let's see how this develops. As said, we had the Greeks in lead, but the feeling is that the Carthaginian has the momentum in the battle. All right. Thank you for watching, and I hope you will be back for part 2. Bye for now.